Hey there guys and gals, this is Epic Tech 360 and welcome to my video on SSHDs. What are they, how they work, and are they even worth it? So first off, let me tell you what SSHD stands for. SSHD stands for Solid State Hybrid Drive. Here's what one looks like. As you can see, they come in both laptop and desktop sizes. So what are they? Well, they're basically a hard drive and an SSD combined in one. Now, how do they work? This might be kind of hard to follow along, but I'll try to explain it as best as I can. So as I said earlier, an SSHD is a hard drive and an SSD combined, which is true. The drive has both an SSD part and a hard drive part to it, as you can see. Here are some apps and files that could be on your computer. As you can see, some are stored on the SSD part and some are stored on the hard drive part. So let's say you use Final Cut Pro more than you use iMovie. Well, the little controller in the drive will detect that and it will switch iMovie to the hard drive part of the drive and Final Cut Pro to the SSD part of the drive, so that it will launch faster. Here's another example. Say you prefer to use Photoshop as opposed to Photos. The little controller will sense that and move Photoshop to the SSD side and Photos to the hard drive side. Say you prefer Logic Pro to GarageBand, it will switch. Same with After Effects and Motion and so on. So why would you want to buy one? Let's look at the Samsung 840 EVO SSD. The capacity is 1 terabyte, which is equal to 1000 gigabytes or 1 million megabytes. This is a very solid SSD. Get it? Because solid state drive. It is very fast and very reliable, but it costs a whopping 500 beans. Here's a Western Digital Blue hard drive. This is a very popular hard drive and is also 1 terabyte. Instead of costing $500, it only costs $50. That is 1 zero less. Now here's a Seagate SSHD. This is one of the best in my testings, and again, it is also 1 terabyte, and it costs $95. So let's compare that to an SSD. Enough about price, here are some speeds. The hard drive gets about 47 megabits per second on the read speed, and about 47 megabits on the write speed, which is pretty slow, especially if you're a pro editor and gamer like me. The SSHD, however, towers over the hard drive with about 156 megabits per second on the read speed and 154 megabits on the write speed. And the SSD, of course, devours the rest, but the SSHD sits nicely in the middle. So here are some real-life tests that I performed. This was a boot up test and a launching an internet browser. The OS I used was a fresh copy of Windows 7 and the web browser I used was Internet Explorer. Don't judge. Anyway, the hard drive completed this task in about 54 seconds total. The SSHD completed these tasks in about 14 seconds total, and the SSD completed it in about 11 seconds. As you can see, there's a very subtle difference between the SSD and the SSHD. Only about 3 seconds. Now here I performed an application launch and close test in which I launched and closed PowerPoint, Photos, Adobe Photoshop, iTunes, Adobe Premiere, Excel, and QuickTime. In total, the hard drive completed all these tasks in about 2 minutes and 53 seconds. The SSHD completed all these tasks in about 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and the SSD came in about 2 minutes. Again, a very close difference. So, are they worth it? In my opinion, yes they are. If you are on a budget and you want a faster hard drive, an SSHD is a way to go. It sits nicely between a hard drive and an SSD, both in speed and price. But I want to hear what you guys think. Definitely let me know in the comments below. Anyway guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Please subscribe if you so desire, and like this video if you thought it was good, or dislike it if you thought it was total shit, and I will try to improve. Also subscribe to my gaming channel, EpicJack360, again, if you desire. Later.